Ready to go.
Okay. Good morning. My name's Bill, and today we're going to be working on this little Echo SRM225. I picked it up yesterday and spent about 50 bucks on it, which is a little bit high for a used machine that doesn't want to run decently, but it's an Echo, and they're good money once they're running. Now, the shop quoted him over $100 to get this thing a new carburetor and a new plug and get it all tuned up. And if you follow along, you'll know these carburetors are cheap. You can buy a factory carburetor and still be well under 100 bucks. If you go an aftermarket Amazon carburetor, it'll work just fine, and you'll be into it about $15. It's a real cheap little piece of hardware. So let's see what he's talking about. We're going to go ahead and turn it on. Is that on? Yeah, that's on. Okay, we'll get the end off the shelf. Okay, it definitely dies. As soon as I let it off and let it go to idle, it stalls. Now, I'd already primed it and choked it before I tried it, so I knew what she was going to do. So we're going to go ahead and adjust the idle on this. We'll turn it up a whole lot. Now let's try it again. There you go, I turned off noise cancellation so you can hear it. Now we turned the idle almost all the way up, but you can hear she still has a flutter at the top end. And so we got two ways we can go here. Actually, we've got three ways we can go here. We could send it out the door just like it is and sell it, because it does run, it runs fine. But you can hear that little flutter at the top end, which tells me that the carburetor needs rebuilt or replaced. Now, the shop quoted this guy over 100 bucks to replace the carburetor on this thing. And I'll tell you, you can go on Amazon and get the same carburetor they're ordering for like 15 bucks. So let's take a look at this carburetor and decide if we want to rebuild it or replace it. So the first thing we're going to do, just like always, we're going to loosen the gas cap up because we don't want gas flowing back on us all over the place. And there's not much to taking one of these apart. Grab our handy T25. And then our 10 millimeter. We'll loosen this up a touch. Oh, there goes our air filter. You loosen this up so you can go like that. And now to get this to let go, you floor it. And see, it pops right off. Now the only thing we've got left holding it together is fuel line. And this is why we loosen the cap up. This is the fuel line, this is the return line. If you do it without the cap being loose, what's going to happen is gas is going to come kicking back through this almost immediately because you get pressure in your fuel line from the fuel itself. So let's pull this apart and see what she looks like. Okay, these come apart pretty easy. You got two screws holding the metering diaphragm on. And there we go. So let's have a look at her. And we know this thing does run, so it can't be that bad. It's really not. You can see that actually feels pretty okay. So we're going to go ahead and pull this apart. Now we're going after the fuel gasket on this end. And make sure you get all your loose dust all cleaned up before you start. Now I got this one tiny little screw. We're going to put it off to the side because it's a slightly different length. Up on this one, yep, it's just a slightly different length, and it holds the block on. Now when I look at this, I see a little bit of dirt accumulated in here. Fuel gasket's just about shot, and that's our problem. So we're going to go ahead and run this body through the ultrasonic and get her cleaned up. And I'm thinking that that's just about it. You can see the screen's clean. We'll clean the body, and it's ready to go. Now it's been 2 seconds for you and 2 days for me, but now we've got all the parts together to get this done. And With the 123 carburetor, it's a little bit easier than most because you can see it's a very unique design. So it's kind of hard to accidentally put something in backwards. You know, if you were to go like this, then nothing lines up. So here we go, easy peasy. And you put your gasket closer to the plastic block. Your thin gasket goes towards the engine. And then she'll only fit in like this, and she sort of clicks together. Did you hear that little click? That's it. Now we'll check our primer bulb, and our primer bulb looks okay. Up, 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 up. But before we do that, you got to put the shorter screw in. And it's just slightly different than the rest of them. So you got to pay attention there. And there you go. We'll do you. We get you go this way. No, you go this way. Drop our 4 screws in. That part's done. Best part is, that's the hard part. Now this primer bulb looks really good, so I'm using it. But if yours doesn't look like really good, and you bought a carb kit that's got one, go ahead and use it. I buy these little kits by the 10 pack, and they don't come with primer bulbs, but I've always got a few sitting around. But I don't like to replace things that aren't broken. And that primer bulb looks good. Okay, now let's flip her over here. Now this has got the little hook on it. And so you line your gasket up into the little hook. And line your next gasket up into the little hook. And that's it. Now just flip it over and throw it on. Like so. Now, because this went through the ultrasonic, we know all the little passages and everything are in good shape on it. And you can put the body in carb cleaner overnight, but I'd strongly suggest the ultrasonic because it does things carb cleaner can't do. And ultrasonics are cheap nowadays. 20 years ago, you would have paid $300 or $400 for one. Hurry up, buddy. Nowadays, an ultrasonic will cost you $100 for a pretty good dual setup. And that's it. And let's bolt her back on, see what we've got. Are you still in the camera? There you go. You're still in the camera. And we've still got our fuel cap loose so that we don't have any leaks. Now, before we put everything together, we'll do this. And you can see it's purging the air out of the system, filling it up with gas pretty nicely. Let's stick the lid back on and see what we've got. And we used the original gasket behind the carburetor because it was in good shape. Every now and again, they'll come apart when you're doing it. Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay, that's it. We'll tighten the fuel cap up. We'll put our throttle cable back on. It's just a matter of holding it wide open. Holding it wide open, letting it return, and drop that back into place. Looks good, looks good. Tighten it up with a 10 millimeter. Nothing crazy. Okay, let's take it over here and start it. Okay, full choke. Power's on. Let's give her a run. Now, let's turn the choke off. Okay, she revs up a lot nicer. And notice the idle's a little high. So you can hear it idling way too high now. And that's because it wasn't running correctly before and we had to turn the idle up. Okay, it sounds pretty good. Let's turn the idle down. So the shop that looked at this left the screws out of the cover. But you saw, we just spent $6 in parts. It was $5 and change. And that took care of it. She sounds pretty good now. So when you're taking yours to a shop, only take it to somebody you trust. And, you know, shops can argue that, oh, well, it takes X number of shop hours. But if I weren't taking my time to do this for the video, that's maybe a 5-minute, 8-minute, 10-minute job. The big time is letting the body of the carb sitting in the ultrasonic for 20 minutes. And that's it. So if they're charging you $95 for 20 minutes of their time, then maybe that's not your shop. So are you new people out there? If you made it this far, you might as well subscribe. It's free and it's what we work for. So thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.